Hello students, welcome back. This is Dr. Mercado. This is Accounting 1329, Payroll and Business Tax Accounting, and we are continuing covering Chapter 3, which deals with Social Security taxes. Okay. In my prior lecture, we learned how to complete Form 941. Okay. It was a long form, but we got through it. It was easy to do. It was just a matter of identifying what line items needed to be completed and obtaining the information that was needed from the problem. Now in this lecture I'm going to cover problem 315, which is Schedule B of Form 941. Okay, let me jump over to the problem. Okay, so it says the taxable wages and withheld taxes for Stafford Company, which is a semi-weekly depositor for the first quarter, follow. And then they give us the semi-monthly paydays for the quarter, the gross and taxable wages, the FICA withheld OASDI, the FICA withheld HI, and the federal income tax withheld. We are being asked to complete Schedule B of Form 941 for the first quarter for Steve Hazelton, the owner of Stafford Company. They're also asking us that using the calendar provided, we list the due dates for each deposit in the first quarter. Now, this is what the Schedule B looks like, okay? We have the employer identification number that goes on top, the name of the company, which is Stafford Company, and then, of course, the calendar year, okay? So here you would have to enter the calendar year. Now, I have issues here because these forms, I don't have them in Word or anything of that nature. So I have to be inserting text boxes. But this is like the only way I've found that would help or allow me to do this while I record my lecture. I tried other means, converting them to PDF and all of that thing, but that didn't work. So I'm stuck doing this, okay? I insert. So I'm stuck doing text boxes, okay? So then you put the year. In this case, we don't know the year. It's just 20, and I'm going to put XX because I don't know. They don't give us a year here, okay? So you get my point, what we're doing, okay? Sorry, I'm a little bit slow here with the... but I have issues with my mouse. So I need to get me a better mouse so I can navigate. Okay, so you enter the calendar year. Whatever year it is, here they don't give us a year, so I'm just going to put 20XX, okay? Now we have to select the reporting for what quarter are we reporting. And it says here for the first quarter. So we have to select the first quarter, and we're going to mark that off. And let me see. Do another one over here. Okay, so there, I marked that it's my first quarter. Okay, so that is what we have to do on the top. Okay, now let me close this out. Semi-weekly, which is what we are here. We're a semi-weekly depositor in this particular case. So if you're a semi-weekly depositor or a next day depositor, we must complete Schedule B, which is Form 941, Report of Tax Liability for Semi-Weekly Scheduled Depositors instead of Form 941, line 16. Okay, so this basically outlines our tax liability. Okay, so if we're a semi-weekly or a next day depositor, we have to fill out one of these forms. Okay, so they are giving us the information here. What we need to do is we need to calculate and enter in the appropriate date. So this is the month, and then these are all of the dates, okay? So the first payday is the 15th, okay? So we're going to enter that information on the 15th. Now, what information are we going to enter? Well, we're going to enter the taxes that are owed, that we're responsible to pay, which are for the FICA OASDI from the employees, the amount that is withheld from the employees, the amount of HI that was withheld from the employees, the OASDI that the employer is responsible for, the HI that the employer is responsible for, and then the federal income tax withheld. So there's 5 things that we are incorporating into this calculation. OASDI for both the employee and the employer, HI for both the employee and the employer, and federal income tax, okay? So let me get my magical calculator out because I cannot do math on my head, okay? And this is what we're going to do. We're going to start off with the January 15th, okay? They've given you the OASDI and the HI amount. This is the amount being withheld, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to double that. Why? Okay, this is the amount that was withheld from the employee, okay? But we know that the employee and the employer pay the same amount. So we're going to double each of those so we can be able to accumulate the amount of OASDI and HI taxes for both the employee and the employer. So for example, January 15, how much taxes do we owe for January 15th payday? Well, I owe 1,519 for the employee, 1,519 for the employer, 355.25 HI for the employee, 355.25 HI for the employer, and then 3,185 for the employee, and that gives me 6,933.50. Okay, that is the amount of our tax liability for January 15th, 6933.50. Okay, let me write that down because then I'll forget. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put that in our box. Okay, and it's 6933.50. Okay, $69.33.50, and it goes on the day of the payday, which is the 15th. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, but now we're gonna do it for the 31st. Oh, where did it go? Okay, over here. Okay, so now we're gonna do it for the 31st. On the 31st, I've got my OASDI 1,487.07 for the employee, 1,487.07 for the employer, 347.78 for the employee, 347.78 for the employer, and 3,090 for the federal income tax. That gives me 6,759.70. Okay, so that goes on January the 31st. Okay, so that goes here, and that is 6,759.70. Okay, 6759.70. Okay, so now we've got our payday for our tax liability for the 15th, our tax liability for the 31st. Now we add those two together. Okay, 6933.50 plus 6759.70. That gives me 13,693.20, and that goes on my tax liability for month number 1. So that will be 13,693.20. Okay, and let me insert a comma right there. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for month number 2. Now for month number 2, the first one we have is February the 15th. Okay, so for February the 15th, I've got my OASDI for 1561.78, and we're going to do that twice, one for the employee, one for the employer. We've got 365.26 for HI for the employee, 365.26 for the employer, and then we've got 3410 for federal income tax, and that's 7,264.08. 7,264.08. Let's put that in February the 15th. Okay, where is my text box? Insert text box, and this is happening on the 15th. Here we go. Okay, and that was 7,264.08. Okay, now we're going to do February the 28th. Okay, February the 28th. Okay, and then that is going to be 1582. Oh, sorry about that. Where did my calculator go? Okay, it'll be 1582.86 for the employee, and then 1582.86 for the employer, and then 370.19 for the employee, 370.19 for the employer, 34.97 for federal income tax. That's 74.03.10. 74.03.10. That is happening on the 28th. Okay. 7,403.10. Okay. So now we're going to add those two together. And we're going to get our total for our tax liability for month number 2. 72,6408 plus 7403.10. That's 14,667.18. Okay. That's 14,667.18. Okay. Okay, and now we are down to the last month, month number 3. So let's look at March the 15th. Let's get our calculators out and let's double that OASDI, which is 1546.90, and we're going to do that twice, one for the employee, one for the employer. We're going to do HI 361.78. We're going to do that twice. And then we're going to do the federal income tax, which is 33.85. That gives me 7,202.36. Okay, so that's going to go on March the 15th. Okay. Okay, and then that's going to be 7,202.36. Okay, now we're going to do the last and final one, which is March the 29th. That is 1,556.20 plus 1,556.20, 363.95, 363.95, and then 3,400. That's 7240.30. 7240.30. Okay, insert text box, and that is on the 29th. Okay, and that is 7240.30. Okay. And now we're going to add those two amounts for month number 3. And then that's going to be 7202.36 plus 7240.30. That'll be 14,442.66. Okay. Be 14,442.66. Okay. And now we can add month 1, month 2, and month 3 tax liability together to get our total liability for the quarter. So it'll be 13,693.20 plus 14,667.18 plus 14,442.66. That gives me 42,803.04. And that is 42,803.04. 42,803.04. Okay, so this is a completed Schedule B. This is a report of tax liability for semi-weekly scheduled depositors. So based on the monthly paydays, we calculated our tax liabilities. We entered them in the correct date when our paydays were. It has to be the days of the paydays. You add the two amounts for the month, and that gives you your monthly tax liability. Once you've done all 3 months, for the quarter, you add month 1, 2, and 3, and that will give you your total tax liability. Okay? So it is not complicated. Fairly easy. Just remember that you do have to double up on your OASDI and your HI because both the employee and the employer are responsible for OASDI and HI taxes. Okay? So that is why we're doubling them up. Now, it says here, using the calendar below, list the due dates of each deposit in the first quarter. Okay? So they're asking us, when should we make these deposits? Okay? So let me mark it down right here. Let me just make them a little bit bigger. Okay? So we have deposit due dates. Okay? So the first one we have, okay, is for the January 15th. Okay? When should we deposit the monies for our taxes for our January the 15th payday. Now there's some rules. Let me move this over again. Okay, there's some rules that we need to follow. These are coming straight out of your textbook. Okay, so we are looking at a semi-weekly depositor because that is what we are, semi-weekly depositor. Okay, so if we're a semi-weekly depositor, we have to look at this little table and make a determination. So if our payday was on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, we need to make a deposit by the following Wednesday. If the payday is a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, we need to make a payment by the following Friday. So the first one we have is January the 15th. So let's look at January the 15th. Okay. January the 15th right there. Okay. So January the 15th fell on a Tuesday. So let's go down here and it says that if it was on a Tuesday, it's due the following Friday. Okay, so that means that the deposit has to be made by the 18th. Okay, so the deposit would have to be made by the January the 18th. So for the first one, which is January 15th payday, deposit must be made January 18th. Okay. Now, the next one is January 31st payday. Okay. January 31st payday. Let's see what happens there. January the 31st. So let's find January the 31st. And January the 31st, right there, it fell on a Thursday. So let's go down here and it says that if it falls on a Thursday, it's due the following Wednesday. So what's the following Wednesday? Okay, let's go see what is the following Wednesday. The following Wednesday would be the 6th. So I would have to make my deposit by February the 6th. Okay. Now let's look at the February 15th. Okay. February 15th payday. Okay. So February 15th. Let's mark February the 15th. February the 15th fell on a Friday. Okay. So if it falls on a Friday, it is due the following Wednesday. The following Wednesday would be the 20th. February the 20th. Okay. So the deposit must be made by February the 20th. Okay. And deposit must be made January 18, made February the 6th, February the 20th. Okay. So for the February 28th payday, deposit must be made what day? Okay, so February the 28th. Let's find that. Okay, February the 28th is on a Thursday. Okay, so if it's on a Thursday, it's due the following Wednesday. So the next Wednesday is March the 6th. March the 6th. So for the February 28th payday, the deposit must be made March the 6th. Okay. Okay, so the next one we have is March the 15th. March the 15th payday. So just a matter of following the table here, okay? And this is coming from your book, okay? So let's look for March the 15th. March the 15th fell on a Friday. Okay. So if it falls on a Friday, it's due the following Wednesday. So the following Wednesday would be the 20th, March the 20th. Okay. Okay. And then last but not least, we've got March 29. March 29 payday. The deposit must be made. Okay. This is happening on March 29. So let me mark that. March 29. March 29 fell on a Friday. Okay. So because it fell on a Friday, that means it's due the following Wednesday. Okay, the following Wednesday would be April the 3rd. Okay, so the deposit would have to be made April the 3rd. So it's just a matter of locating in the calendar, okay, what date did that payday fall under? If it's a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, then the deposit needs to be done the following Wednesday. If it's a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, then the payment has to be done the following Friday, or the deposit needs to be done the following Friday. Okay, so this is how we do it. You mark them and then you count depending on what it applies to. Okay, and there's different requirements for different depositors, but right now this problem focused on the one for the semi-weekly depositor. Okay, so that is how we do this problem, how we complete Schedule B of Form 941, as well as how to identify the deposit due dates. Okay, if while you're completing your homework assignment you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Please, on Cengage, there's a link that sends me, I guess, an image or a snapshot of what you're looking at. If you can use that, that really helps me because it allows me to see what you're seeing. And then in there, you can type your question. Miss, this is what I'm doing. This is my calculation, and it's counting it wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, whatever the case might be. But that way I can see what you're seeing and I can be able to help you. If not, well, then you can just send me a Blackboard message, screenshot whatever you're looking at. Do show me what you're doing. That way I know, okay, how is he or she coming up with this number? And that way I can direct you in the correct direction. Okay? So make sure, please, to read your chapter. Make sure to keep up with your assignment due dates. Don't procrastinate. Don't leave everything for Sunday night. Try to work on it during the week as much as you can. That way you can enjoy your weekend. And that way, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me Monday through Friday. Okay? So that is basically it for this short lecture. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.